A lot of people underestimate the power of being together physically in person. Distance will kill your relationship faster than lack of communication. It's only a matter of time before you start looking outside, before you start wanting to be sexually intimate with another woman. It's only a matter of time, my brother. The absence of your partner in your life is creating space and vacuum for another person to fill. Guys, welcome back again to another YouTube video. My name is Ike. If you're new, welcome to the channel. In this particular video, I'll be sharing with you 10 lessons that I have learned with dating women. 10 lessons I've learned with my breakups with women. And I hope you stay to the end of the video because you wouldn't want to miss any of these 10 points that I'll be mentioning coming up. The number one lesson I absolutely learned from my breakups with women is that love would never be enough. Knowing that your love for somebody or the love that you shared with this particular girl or, these women at some points in your life was never enough to sustain the relationship. To a large extent, when you think back on these women that you've dated, when you think back one or two of them, they still kind of like are in your mind. Not that you've not moved on, but you have this sort of love and affection for this particular girl. You know, this woman, this girl is a good person. This woman was good to me. I was good with her. I saw a different side of my life, a different part of me show up, blossom that I don't see or that I've not experienced with any other woman. But this particular person is engraved in my history. But you guys never ended up together because maybe for her, there was something missing. Maybe for you, there was something missing. You had genuine love for each other, but somehow it just didn't work out. And that's okay. This is one hard lesson that I learned. It took me time. It took me time to accept this. And even till now, sometimes I battle it. It took me a lot of time to accept that love may just not always be enough. I learned that agreeing to disagree would not work, especially on the long run, on the long term. That term, let's agree to disagree, it's not gonna work between partners. I experienced this at different stages of different relationships. We argue about some things, we talk about some things, and then we don't really see eye to eye on it. And then we say, oh, let's agree to disagree. It's your view is different from my view, so that's fine. We can still live a cordial relationship, that's okay. No. What is the essence of being in a relationship if you guys don't have your fundamental values aligned? Agreeing to disagree on your fundamental values does not work. You can agree to disagree on where the couch is supposed to stay. Oh, it shouldn't stay here. I don't believe it should stay here. But anyway, you want it that way, honey, it's fine. Just leave it there. It's fine. Well, that's okay. But agreeing to disagree on some core values that you have. Let's agree to disagree on the issue of religion, on the issue of politics, on the issue of family, on the issue of raising kids, on the issue of where to live, even on the issue of the nature of work that you do. That's not gonna work. I learned this the hard way, where I was trying to be in some relationship that I knew that this was against my own value, but I was trying to stick to my value. She was trying to stick to hers. And we said, oh yeah, let's agree to disagree. There's nothing wrong with it. It's fine. But those issues kept coming up repetitively, so much that we couldn't keep agreeing to disagree. We had to agree to part ways. We had to agree to finally disagree on the relationship and be like, this relationship doesn't work. The third lesson I learned the hard way. I want you actually to never lie about your sexual desires and preferences. This was one lesson that I learned the hard way. You know you prefer things in the bedroom a certain way, but you don't actually open up about it. Or you know your partner is not being that way with you, not meeting your needs sexually, but you don't talk about it. Or when you do, she is not willing to meet it. You guys are not being open, compatible, open in the bedroom to meet each other's needs. If you have to lie, pretend, many a times people want to shy away from some things that their heart wants, that their body desires, but they wonder, I don't know how she's going to take it. I don't know if she wants it. And then when you finally say it, she talks about it in a strong way that's almost like bringing you down. I've heard some girls who say, oh, guys who want anal sex with a woman, they are gay, for example. You see the thought process? Like, this is just one example. And then when guys know this or they've heard this, but they somehow desire that in some way, but they don't really, they don't say it, they don't open up because they would think their partner will judge them and wonder if they are gay. Like, this is not, you don't have to lie or pretend or cage yourself sexually with your partner. Or let's say things have been going a certain way in the bedroom and suddenly they switch. I'm talking about some sort of shift in the way you guys, in the barriers. Maybe you guys didn't even have any barriers, and suddenly barriers are introduced, or limitations, or timings, or things have just changed in some way, and you talk about it, but nothing changes or nothing happens differently. That is going to impact your relationship. One of the main reasons people break up and marriages end is sexual incompatibility. Change in the sex. It's important that you are open and honest. And if anything changes, it's important you talk about it. I'm telling you guys, though physical beauty is important, the inner beauty is actually more important. This is one lesson I have learned the hard way with women. I have dated women that I could consider to be very beautiful and women that I consider to be okay. Brother, I can tell you that the beauty of a woman on the inside is more important than her physical beauty. A lot of women also do not know that, and all they do is work on the physical looks, but never work on the inside. Never work on their personality. Never look for things they need to change about themselves. Never look for ways to grow and be better for their man, for themselves, for their kids, for their family. Never. All they invest their money into is beauty products, clothes, shoes, watches, hair, makeup, skincare, jewelry, you name it. That's where their money goes. They never buy books. They never read anything. They never go to any sort of seminars. They never watch videos to improve themselves. They don't do any of that. You will see an attractive woman. Attractive, excessively attractive. And then you start getting to know this girl. You start getting to know her and you are seeing some attitudes that are disturbing. Instantly, that girl doesn't look attractive anymore. She doesn't look as attractive as she looked prior to you getting to know her. Why? Because you've seen some attitude that made her ugly. Suddenly, she's not as attractive anymore. But you see some average looking women who are feminine, who are endearing, who are loving, who are caring, who just have a nurturing aspect to them. Instantly, this girl looks beautiful. And you're not just talking about inner beauty, you're talking about physical beauty as well, because suddenly that personality is magnifying her beauty, overall beauty. The beauty of a woman is not just outwards, it's inwards. I learned this the hard way. My brother, I dated these girls that look extreme, like they are beautiful. But when I think of them now, I have no that longing of, oh, this girl is beautiful, let me connect with her. Zero. Because the attitude was disturbing. After you get to know this person and see them for who they are, for the way they speak, for the way they act, for the way they think even, it diminishes every beauty, any sort of beauty that this woman has is gone. Physical beauty is fleeting. It's important. I've spoken about this before. I think it's important for you to date someone you are extremely attracted to and that you are proud of, that you want to show off to the world or whatever that's like. I think that's important. But I want you to even place her inner beauty higher than that physical beauty. I want you to realize that dating a woman who is kind, who is patient, who is honest, who is loving and caring and nurturing is more important than dating a model. One strong lesson I learned the hard way with relationship is that distance is a big killer. Distance. A lot of people underestimate distance. A lot of people underestimate the power of being together physically in person. Distance will kill your relationship faster than lack of communication. When you are with somebody in the same vicinity, let's say you guys live together or spend weekends together or whatever that's like, right? And you are silent, you do your thing, but there is an exchange of energy in the house. Somebody's there, you're seeing her, but you see distance, long distance relationships, especially if it's for a sustained period of time. A lot of girls who hear this and say, oh, Ikenna, what are you saying? A lot of people can do it. I'm not talking to you girls. I'm talking to you as a man. Long distance will kill your relationship. It's only a matter of time before you start looking outside, before you start wanting to be sexually intimate with another woman. It's only a matter of time, my brother. The absence of your partner in your life is creating space and vacuum for another person to feel, another thing to feel. If you think you can comfortably be in a long distance relationship that you people have arranged, or that you people have said, oh, I got a job there, I have to go to my job. I live in Vancouver, you live in Toronto, I live in Alaska, you live in California, and you guys are far away from each other and never arranging to meet each other or whatever that's like, never spending time together, never bringing your lives together. It's only a matter of time before you start putting yourself out there subconsciously. It starts subconsciously. Then it gets into the consciousness. Oh, something's missing here. I learned this the hard way. It just doesn't work. You need your partner around. I don't just mean like, living with you. They need to be accessible. I need to be able to drive 20 minutes and go pick her up or something. I need her to come to me easily or something. I don't want to be driving like 2 hours, 3 hours to go meet her wherever she is. You'll be labeled a villain when you end up doing shit that doesn't make sense. I don't want to be in America and my wife is in Burundi or my partner. It's not going to work. Another huge lesson that I learned the hard way is that family and friends actually hold so much power than you think over your relationship, over your partner. Some of them may say, oh no, I've severed myself from my family. They don't influence my decision. They have nothing to do with, they do. Their parents, their siblings, brothers, sisters, they have a certain hold over your relationship. Because they have a certain hold over your partner, your wife, or, your girlfriend, whatever. Even you, your own parents, they have a certain influence on your relationship. Because they have influence on you, that influence is going to project on your relationship as well. When they feed her all this nonsense, or they feed you all this nonsense, you're going to come back with doubts and a lot of thoughts and a lot of, questions. I underestimated the power of family and friends in my relationship. I underestimated it. I thought I had it figured out with a particular relationship that I was planning to proceed into, even something committed and something serious. But the constant influence of my family didn't let me. And I thought I was an independent man. I thought I was like somebody who didn't care about what anybody had to tell me. Genuinely, I don't. But to a large extent, if it's family, it will influence your thoughts. Do not underestimate their power. My brother, if you want to do something of your own, just go ahead, close your eyes. Don't listen to any voice. Just close your ears and your eyes and do it. If you cannot afford to do things without your family's consent, then you must consider them. You must choose. There's got to be a time in a man's life. There's a song like that we used to sing a lot. There comes a time in everybody's life when you have to make a decision. You have to make a decision. Who is more important at some time in your life? Is it your wife? Is it your partner? Is it your boyfriend, your husband? Or is it your dad or your mother? There's room for all these people in your life, but sometimes some of them want to take all the room. And you have to take a stand. If you're going to go with your wife and offend your family or bullshit your family, that's your choice. You've made it as a man. If you're going to sacrifice your relationship for the validation and acceptance of your family and your parents, that's your choice. You've made as well. Choose. This is one lesson I learned the hard way. I could never please everyone. I could never get everyone's approval. You can't get everybody on board sometimes, and that's okay. That is what it means to grow up and be a man. One other lesson I learned the hard way is to never lie about seeing multiple women. I don't support you dating more than one woman, but if you find yourself in that situation, never lie or paint an image of you are the only one. Be honest from the start. Hey, this is the phase that I'm in. I'm seeing multiple women at this time. I'm not in anything serious or monogamous or committed. Obviously, feelings may still come up at some stage, but it will be better managed when she knew from the onset than you making her believe that she's the only one in this whole universe for you. When you have multiple women that you talk to and that you're dating, never lie, because it's a chain. Lies upon lies. One lie will lead to another lie and another lie and another lie. And what happens is that you start condemning yourself. You reach a point of condemnation of your own self because you don't even believe you can be honest with any woman anymore. You don't even believe you can be trustworthy anymore. You don't even believe in yourself anymore. You don't even know your capabilities anymore. The next lesson I learned the hard way is that I didn't set certain boundaries that once crossed, I'm out. There are boundaries that when a woman crosses, you must end the relationship. I didn't set those boundaries. Or rather, I had a little bit room for certain people where I'm like, oh, they crossed it, but it's okay, we can try to make this work. No way, my brother. There are some things that when a woman does, you are only encouraging and validating further actions, her doing those things again. When you don't correct it, when you don't set the boundary from the start even, you know what your boundaries are. A woman who admires you, who loves you, wants to be with you, she is not going to repetitively cross your boundary. Like what? Disrespecting you outwardly or in public, yelling at you, shouting and raising our voice at you, hitting you, breaking things in your house. What are you doing in a relationship like that? The last lesson that I learned the hard way that I'm going to share here is the fact that honesty may actually be controversial. You've done something and you want to come out with it and say it. Let's take a step back, and why don't you think of the reason you actually want to say that thing? Is it because you want to feel better? Get it off your chest, your conscience? Let's question your honesty for a bit. You went to the club and then you were hanging out with your guys and then you kissed a girl and you get home after being tipsy and you recover and then you're feeling guilty. I shouldn't have done that. I should tell my partner, I should tell my wife what I did. I should tell my girlfriend what I did. Why do you feel the need? Why do you think there's a need to say that? Honesty could be controversial. It could break your relationship. I learned that, I did this and I come to, I'm a little emotional, I did this and all that. And it cuts off the relationship. Or maybe they just don't see you the same way anymore. Maybe something changes. Or it may take them time to ever recover. Some women know how to actually magnify things and probe and ask you questions upon questions. She want to know every single detail from there because she needs more and more information to decide. She wants to decide if she wants to stay or leave. She's not asking you those things for you to be genuine and then, for her to now forgive you as per what. She's not Jesus Christ. Like she's trying to think, is he worth staying, what he has done or not? Some things you have to keep to yourself as a man. And I'm not saying this as you being dishonest. I'm saying genuinely there are some things you have to keep to yourself as a man. Guys, this is all I have for you. My name is Ike. If you're new, welcome to the channel. I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, go ahead, subscribe, like it, share with your friends, and I'll see you on the next one. Take it easy.